All right, so here we have two coordinate points. We have -2, 4, and 3, 7. And so what we want to do with both of these points is we want to find the slope. So what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to reference and use the slope formula, which is m. And m represents slope. If we recall from our linear equations where we're using slope-intercept form and we have y equals mx plus b, our m right here represents our slope and our b right here represents our y-intercept. So we'll definitely talk more about that in later videos, but I'm just gonna go ahead and erase this for now and resume back to what I was talking about. So again, we have m, and for our slope formula, it's m equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So this is our slope formula that we're going to be using today. Before we do that, we need to label our points up here so we're not getting confused. So this point, or this coordinate point, -2, 4, is our first point. So you could either label this point A or point 1. It's completely up to you. I'm just going to label this point 1. So I'm going to just write a 1 up here in red to label or notify me that this is the first point. And I'm going to write a 2 up here to let me know that this is the second point. So moving forward, we have in each coordinate point an x value and a y value. So our x value is always that first value in the coordinate point. So in this case, our -2 is our x. So I'm going to write in an x, and our 4 is our y. Same with this. Our 3 is our x, and our 7 is our y. So we have that determined, but now we have to label and decide what is going to be our x1 value, and our x2 value, and our y1 value, and our y2 value. So we're going to decide that by looking at each point. So this is our first point, which means that this is going to be our x1 value and our y1 value. And this is our second point, which means this is going to be our y2 value and our x2 value and our y2 value. So I'm just going to underline that in green as well, just to show that correlation. But now that we have everything labeled, we can go ahead and move on to plugging this in to our equation or our formula right here. We have y2. Our y2 value is the 7 right here. So 7. And then minus our y1 value, excuse me, which is 4. So minus 4. Okay, so we got that first part done. We're gonna put that all over according to our formula. That goes over x2, which is right here, our 3 value. And we're gonna subtract that by our x1, which is -2. So here's the thing. When we have a negative number that we're subtracting by, that is separate than the subtraction sign. So basically, we wouldn't necessarily write this as 3 minus 2, but instead, because that is a -2, we would write that as 3 minus, and we put in parentheses, -2. So now that we have that, we can go ahead and evaluate everything. We're going to start with everything in the numerator. We have 7 minus 4, which we know is 3. And then we're going to look at our denominator. And so we have 3 minus -2. And I actually have a video, which I'll link up above, and also put in my description box below, on adding and subtracting negative numbers. Using a number line for reference, which I feel like really helps if you're a visual learner. But anyway, in this situation, we have 3 minus -2. One cool trick you could use is just creating a plus sign with those two minus signs, or the minus and the negative sign in the parentheses. So going like this, and then that's pretty much just an addition problem. So 3 plus 2, we know that that is 5. And 3/5 ends up being our final answer. We cannot simplify this because neither of these numbers have any factors in common, so we just leave that as 3/5. I'll circle that in light green, and that is our final answer. Thanks so much for watching. I hope this video helped out a lot, and I'll see you in the next video.
Wait, before you leave, go ahead and check out these lessons up above. You can watch this lesson, or you can watch that one, or you can watch both. Oh, and while you're at it, please do me a huge favor and subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can do so by clicking out of this video and hitting the subscribe button. Thank you so much. Bye.